Well, greetings, gamers. This is Dr. Eileen, the Gaming Doc. This is your place and your space to chat, to chill, to hang out, to take a moment, to take a breath, to take a break, because thank God it's Friday. And, well, for those of you who work through the weekend, Friday doesn't hold the same thing, so, much love. But for everybody else, it is Friday. We've made it to the end of another work week. And we have, coming right out of the gate, JJ the Bunny. Awesome moderator, amazing all-around good egg, aka Punny Bunny, aka Funny Bunny, aka Hugs Bunny, aka Techie Bunny, aka the Jackalope, evil alter ego, still working on it, and all around just amazing person. Good morning, well for you, good afternoon, JJ. I hope you're doing well. And it is Friday, so therefore, is it a sub lunch? Inquiring minds want to know. We always have to check two things when we come in. One, what is, the Gaming Doc's hot beverage of the day? And two, what is JJ the Bunny having for lunch? So, to answer the first question, it is Twining's Irish Breakfast Tea, decaffeinated, and JJ the Bunny comes out of the gate with sub roast beef and ham. High protein, sort of keto except for the bread, but very cool, and I hope it is a lovely one. When I make it out to visit, I definitely am going to want recommendations on sub shops, because, you are like the guy to give the sub information. Anyway, so how is everyone doing? It is Focus Friday, so what are you focused on? Are you focused on all the things that happened over the week, or are you focused on all the cool things that are going to happen on the weekend? So, where our focus goes, usually our energy will follow. Our frame of mind, our sense of humor. If you're focusing on the things that all went wrong this week, and focusing on how exhausting it was, and focusing on how exhausted you are, and all the rough stuff, that's kind of what you take into the weekend. You can leave that behind. Once you've learned, if hard stuff happened, which I'm so sorry if it did, but if hard stuff happened, then look at what you can learn from it. Look at it. You can focus on it just long enough to say, okay, what were the gifts that I got from this? What are the wisdoms? What are the new pieces of information? What new tools do I have in my toolkit to be able to manage things that I learned from the rough stuff that happened this week? Once you figure out that part, time to cut the rest loose. Because the rest is just basically story. The rest is just stuff, that kind of weighs you down. And also that other stuff is part of the judgment. Leave the judgment behind. What's done is done. And the most we can do is learn from it, figure out what we need to do better with that situation next time, and move forward. It doesn't need to be an anchor that drags you behind. I mean, there's a reason that the rearview mirror is smaller than the front windshield, is because that's where most of your focus should be. While, it is important to know what's going on back there, just in case there's something back there that can muck with you. It's not like we never look back, but, don't stare. It is, I always say, it's like, I don't mind if you look back, but don't let me catch you staring. Because if you're staring at what's behind you, you're missing what's in front of you, and the opportunities, and, the things you need to pay attention to. The objects in the mirror may be smaller than they appear. Absolutely. That was also a Meatloaf song. Or objects in the rearview mirror might seem closer than they are. Awesome. Meatloaf was like the dude back in the day. I don't even know if he's still singing. I hope he's still singing. Paradise by the Dashboard Light. Google it, you young folks. Google that song, because it was part of our anthems. One of my favorite albums was Bat Outta Hell, which was by Meatloaf. If you have never heard that album, please check it out. If you're into like those good old-fashioned hard rock songs, Blanchard! Yes, we have the amazing Bloodchard, who I had an opportunity to enjoy hanging out in his stream with him, and it was absolutely wonderful. Thank you so much for joining us, Bloodchard, and, just really, seriously, you definitely want to click onto Bloodchard, who has, it's funny, his commentary is very entertaining, and, just really a great person who interacts so well with the chat, and is so friendly and so welcoming. So, absolutely so happy to have you here, Bloodchard. And Sheila Marcel. Yes, Sheila Marcel, our brand new Twitch affiliate, who is, just moving forward and onwards and upwards. And, she has like so many cool things that she does. She does her diamond painting, and she does gaming, and she is always up for, if somebody wants to game, you hit up Sheila, because she is so happy to game with you. And she also has a YouTube channel where she's talking about some of the stuff that really is things that she's working with that a lot of people are feeling and embracing. So definitely give her a shout out. Oh my gosh, we've got Warlord Reiku in the house. Oh, this close to a Star Wars character. Hey Doc, hope you're having a good day. I am having an awesome day, and it's even better now that you're in it. Thank you so much for being here. Nurse Taz! Hey, good morning, wonderful lady. Hope you gave up those ulcer fire bombs. Not really. Nico Ramen! Oh my gosh, we've got so many cool people popping in this morning. Nurse Taz, who is an actual nurse, much love, support. I'm telling you, it's those essential workers every single day. I just thank God for those, especially those who have been in the hospital, who have been dealing with this crisis for, over a year and a half, who have just been there, who have been there to comfort. And, it's, as a doctor, I'm a chiropractor, but, nurses, they are just like, every time I've been in the hospital, a few times, and knowing that nurse was there to take care of me, who was also taking care of a whole bunch of other people, it's like, well, I got to sit and rest, and I would hear people fuss because, oh, the nurse came in and woke me up. It's like, well, at least you got to sleep. They're awake. They're there taking care of everybody. And if they woke you up, they had a darn good reason for it. So, much love to our nurses who are out there, to our, all our essential workers, to first responders who are out there taking care of people who are, just really, we're heading into our another fire season. Last year we had to evacuate. Actually, I had to evacuate 3 times. But the people who make it their job to run toward danger when everybody else is running away from it, and the people who support them and their families, absolutely, love and admiration. I have, for years, whenever I see somebody, a first responder in uniform, I go up there and thank them for their service to the community. And there's no time that's more important than now. So Nurse Taz, mwah, much love, fist bump, everything. And let's see, and we've just got out of the hospital yesterday. Oh, your body is hurting so bad, Nico. Oh, that's right, you were going in for a procedure. Oh, sweetie, I am definitely hoping that recuperation is as gentle as possible. And if you have, any questions or anything like that, please know that you can talk about, what you need to talk about here, and we will support you and love you and just be there for you. And let's see, we also have Papa Merritt in the house. Papa Merritt, another one of my awesome moderators, never got the notification. Let's see. Oh, and I forgot to pop it on Discord this morning. But yeah, we need to check you, or you need to check your notifications, because, it goes out. And Papa Merritt, who is awesome, who is amazing, who helps me out with lots of stuff and is an absolute sweetheart. Thank you so much for that. And prayers for continued healing, Nico. See, look at that. And Nurse Taz is amazing, and you know, I think that she is just absolutely awesome. And you know, she is the, you know, the partner in crime to one of our favorite streamers, Gaming with Kentucky and JD, who has an awesome family, who is just amazing, who spends so much time and a lot of energy focused on helping other streamers and helping people, and who has been battling the internet. And so we're sending out good vibes for the internet to work. But we will give a clap for JD. Oh my gosh, JD is here! Yes, 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 yes! Hello, little lady. Oh, it does my old boomer heart so good when I see hello, little lady. It's like I get that fix in the morning, which is so nice. Let's see, I'm surviving off graham crackers and vanilla ice cream cups and sipping on Sprite. Sprite. Bless your heart, Nico. Oh my gosh, we are all sending out some good positive energy for you, that, you know, this pass quickly and that you feel wonderful afterwards. But yeah, I've had 5 surgeries. Post-surgical is not fun. And blood jarred with a little heart birdie. That's so cool. And you know, and Papa has like been having fun with commands, so enjoy it. My hot beverage is Twinings Irish Breakfast Decaffeinated Tea, and JJ's having a sub. You go, shoot me a text because I can hook up with you of some of the good stuff. Okay, that comes across very, very weird. Apple Jacks has vitamins. Oh my god, I haven't eaten Apple Jacks in a dog's age. Oh my god, it was a long time ago. Yeah, hook you up with some of the good stuff. Yeah, Papa, how about you explain that it doesn't sound like something off Grand Theft Auto? Yeah, it's like, oh great, we're going into Grand Theft Auto here. How's everything for you, Doc? Everything is absolutely awesome. Thank you so much for asking, and it is like so much better seeing you and Nurse Taz in the stream, and I hope that your internet is being a little more gentle. Okay, folks, LMAO will do, Papa. Yesterday, I had a chance to hang out with Gaming with Kentucky and JD. His son, Marcus, who is an absolute whiz. I'm sorry. You cannot, you know, miss this young man who is, I mean, he is just so adorable. And he's sitting there and he's playing and, you know, and he gets up and he dances. He's so excited. You have got to see his son dance when he does something cool in a first-person shooter, because it was absolutely amazing. Thanks for the raid. Sorry, my internet messed me over. It's done that for a solid week. Hey, but we still got to see a whole bunch of really cool stuff. And, you know, I mean, Marcus and you know, and the other, and Tyler and Quinn and Robin, you know, this is like a family that, you know, you go over and you hang out. Remember when you were, you know, maybe when you were younger, there was that family, and there was like a big family, and you go over there and there's always something going on. There's always something cool. There's always, you know, some excitement, and at the same time you feel so comfortable and so welcome. And, you know, the mom brings out cookies or something, you know, it's just like, you know, going and hanging out at a friend's house and just relaxing when you can just let everything go. That is what, you know, Gaming with Kentucky and JD, what his streams are like. So definitely go and give him some love. Tyler's birthday is this weekend! And Nurse Taz can hook us up with some cookies. The Dolphin 40! How are you? I am doing awesome, thank you for asking, and I'm so glad to see you here. I hope everything is going well with you. I hope you're doing good. I hope you're, you know, the world is walking gently with you, and you are walking gently with it. And thank God it's Friday. Yes. So, you know, it's just working, lol. Hey. And I'm sure that, you know, the countdown to, you know, the weekend is a beautiful thing. Not strawberries, grapes, cantaloupes, watermelon, apples, and oranges. Yes, love Friday. There was an old movie called Thank God It's Friday, and it was, I mean, if you ever wanted to see a movie that exemplified the entire disco era, which, you know, oh, disco, I miss it sometimes. I mean, it became a meme and people talked bad about disco and made fun of it, but oh my gosh, you know, if you were there, if you were around in the days of disco, and you know, if you remember dance skin outfits, and if you're young and you ever wondered, you know, it's like, what were those pictures that your parents keep trying to hide of them with big fuzzy hair and whatever, you know, when hairspray was like, before we knew about the ozone layer, and, you know, hairspray was like, psh, Aquanet, that was the name of the main hairspray. Anyway, if you ever wondered about what your parents were up to, or maybe your grandparents were up to back in the day, watch the movie Thank God It's Friday. You can Google it up, and it's like this amazing night at a disco, and Jeff Goldblum has a role in it that I'm sure he would prefer to bury for life. But yes, Jeff Goldblum and Donna Summer, who was the queen of disco. Oh my gosh. You know, in the 80s was big hair. You know, and the Bee Gees. Yes, the Bee Gees. You know, it was it was the best of times, it was the worst of times. It was disco. Doc got to meet my girlfriend last night. Yes, Doc did get to meet Papa Merritt's girlfriend, who is an absolutely adorable, sweet young lady. And, you know, very, very happy. And Aquanet was pretty cheap, too. Yep. Aquanet Jean Naté cologne that came in a bottle this big. Yep, I told a story about a meteorite. Yes, I did. I think I told that story once on stream. But, you know, it's, you know, what we focus on. And, you know, as we think about, you know, because sometimes it's okay to focus on something that made us happy a long time ago, and focus on something that reminds us of a gentler time in our life. You know, we can focus forward. We can, you know, you can glance back. Like I said, you can look back, but just don't let me catch you staring, because ahead of you is all the cool stuff. And sometimes even taking time to enjoy a little trip down memory lane doesn't take away from stuff. Get some sleep, Nurse Taz. I need TV time with you. Somebody's getting it's time to get some rest. It's nap time. So, you know, it is so cool to, you know, and Nurse Taz and Gaming with Kentucky and JD are just absolutely adorable. I am definitely going to be traveling around and going and seeing folks, because I always talk about how, you know, it's like his stream is like going and sitting down on, you know, the couch of a friend. I intend to do that personally. But, also, I promised her some bacon and a steak. That's right. I will be hitting, you know, Papa Merritt, because I have been promised a steak, a barbecued steak. Oh, so for the stuff going on, we've got 5 more days of June, which is Spicy Bean Boozled month, which for every 100 bits, I will have 1. For every follow, I will eat 2. And for every subscription, I will eat 3. And these are kind of on the spicy side. I mean, it's chemically enhanced. It doesn't last long, but while it lasts, boy howdy. And I've got somebody mentioned to me that, you know, after the stream, they said, well, you ate a chocolate donut, because the whole thing was, you know, we're also testing what will cut heat. And while for everybody it's individualized, tolerances for spice are individualized, but, you know, just in general. So, you know, we've tested heavy whipping cream, which is, you know, that was my go-to until I tried canned condensed coconut milk. See, because coconut milk, you know, not a sponsor, but just a fan. that I found will actually cut heat almost just a hair better than heavy whipping cream. But we were talking about, what about a gifted sub? Gifted subs still count. Gas grilled steak and some bacon. Ha! JJ the Bunny sounds good. Okay, all right. So, you know, it is... Oh my God. Okay, JJ, so that means you got to come when we go to see Papa, so that way you can teach him how to make bacon wrapped steak, which, oh my God, that does sound so amazing. So anyway, I was told that, you know, it's like sweet. You use sweet to counter spice. So I used a donut, but I was told that that wasn't like totally sweet because of the breading would actually kind of counteract it. Oh, we've got a gifted sub! Oh, Gaming with Kentucky and JD. Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And, you know, that is just so sweet of you. And, but anyway, as I was saying, so we are going to try just straight sweet, which is organic blue agave. Now, if we just do something that is like straight sugar, let's see if that will counteract the heat. And you really gonna burn her stomach up? Oh, I am a fan of spice. I mean, yeah, I mean, I'm not hurting myself. Well, a little bit, but only for a little while. Well, technically, spice does burn twice. All right, so we have Bean Boozled. Oh, and we come right out of the gate with a Carolina Reaper, a Sriracha, and Cayenne. Alrighty, so we're gonna see if, you know, and the thing is, I have to chew it up all the way and, you know, experience it. And then we're gonna try using just straight agave syrup to see, and it's low glycemic, so it's not as unhealthy. But we're gonna see if straight sugar will counteract it. So, let's see. Yes, she's going to do the hottest gummy on her birthday, which is Little Nitro, the world's hottest gummy bear, which is supposed to be something like 9 million Scoville or something. Okay, so let's do this. Gaming with Kentucky and JD. Mwah. Love you. YOLO. And there it goes. Mmm. Oh, the Carolina Reaper kicks in. And it feels like it takes forever to chew it up. And then it sticks. Okay. Alright, got it all down. Alright. Okay. So, we are going to try to see if the sugar helps. Couldn't pay me enough to do that. Okay. See, that's why I do it for you. You know, you don't have to do it, JJ. That's why I do it. My gift to you. You're welcome. All right, let's see if sugar helps. Kind of a taste thing. Does it? No, it does not. Nope. Nope, 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 nope. So we are going for the coconut milk. Sugar did not help. And, oh, and in fact, it fires it up. It fires it up. Now, the thing about the coconut milk is you have to like coconuts. That's like the thing. Okay, that's better. No, I mean, if you like coconut, definitely, but not the coconut water, the canned condensed coconut. No, well, I meant that you didn't request it, but it's like, you know, this way you never have to do it on your stream because I'm doing it for both of us because we're a team. So, let's see. Drink the whole can of coconut milk. Try something like Cool Whip, like I said, or the frosting. Something like syrup isn't going to do it. Yeah, because I did a chocolate, like it was a chocolate donut, you know, like with the chocolate icing on top. But so, okay, tomorrow, Cool Whip. And since tomorrow will be Survival Saturday, we will see. Okay, for those of you who were around for last week, yes, the gaming doc got a little bit ragey, got a little bit frustrated, got a little bit stressed out. I did not curse. I thought about it, but I did not curse. And the magical door opens, which means that Luna is in the house. Hey, Luna. So, yeah. So what we'll do is I will get some Cool Whip and we will try it tomorrow. Thank you, Nico. And my girlfriend's mom and boyfriend has that game. I told her that you got so mad at the game. I just ate a whole stack of graham crackers. Oh God, I used to love graham crackers. Now all you need is the chocolate and the melted marshmallow, and then you've got s'mores. S'mores rock. My body hurts, but nothing can keep me away from graham crackers. Oh, that was my favorite. I'm not burning her stomach up, wifey. She's chose the experience way before I gifted. I gifted for all the love she has given our family. Oh, absolutely. Much love to you. And honestly, I'm really not hurting myself. I mean, you guys should see the amount of spice that, you know, I would eat a lot of times. And actually, there's a point when you eat a certain amount of spice that endorphins kick in. It's sort of like a runner's high, which is actually a lot of fun. People go, it's like, wow, you actually seem to get a little more hyper. So yes, you know, it's a tingle. It's a few minutes of discomfort, but it's actually, it's really not bad, and it's actually kind of fun for me. One of these days, a raccoon is going to wander in instead of Luna, and there's going to be a staring contest. Oh my God, I would love that. Well, maybe. No, actually, I would love that. Raccoons are so cool and cute, although they are, like, you know, wild animals. So, but yeah, as a raccoon, Infamous Joe! Yay! Infamous Joe coming in to lurk and say hi. Mwah. Oh, folks, Infamous Joe, you guys need to tune in. If you ever wanted to learn anything about the game Don't Starve, and that's not the only game, but, you know, that's like, you know, because it's near and dear to my heart. And watching Infamous Joe is like taking a master's course in how to totally own Don't Starve. He is amazing, and he's got an adorable cat named Luna, and he is an absolute sweetheart. Or no, your cat's not named Luna. I think it's, no, Katie Pierce's cat is named Luna. But what's your cat's name? I thought your cat's name was Luna. Anyway, it's good after surgery snack. Yep, so is applesauce. But you need nutrition. Apple Jacks applesauce. A skunk. Oh my God. If a skunk were to wander in, I mean, first off, everybody would be staying calm. I would be staying calm because we don't want to upset the nice skunk. But even when a skunk doesn't spray, the smell is there. Sam, my dog, he got skunked twice. But the thing is that the skunks were just trying to, like, get some personal space because Sam would think they were cats, and Sam loved cats. I mean, my dog Sam was a cat magnet. Stray cats, feral cats would walk up to my dog Sam. And he was just so chill, and they could just sense that he loved them. But, you know, he always seemed to be confused why the black cat with the white stripe never liked him. And the first time he got sprayed, you know, he was outside, and he comes bolting in, and he runs past me, and I smell it, and it's like, Sam, no! Because when he would get upset, he would jump on my bed, and he was on my bed. I splurged on a brand new comforter. And he was up rubbing his face on it. So, yeah, the comforter went bye-bye. But I know that people swear you can wash it and, you know, the smell will come out. I still smelled it. So, got rid of the comforter. And then he did it again. So, you know, it's like living up in the mountains means at some point your animal's going to get skunked. So everybody had their like special formula for getting rid of skunk smell, and I found one that actually worked. Doc, tell my wife to go to bed from working last night so I can get some TV time with her. Oh, okay. Nurse Taz, we love having you here. We love it, love it, love it. And we know how hard you work, and we totally honor you. But, you know, I have to put in a plea for you know, my brother JD here. And, you know, and we want you well rested, and we want you, you know, spry as a chicken. Although I do love having you on the stream because I don't get to have that very often. Oh, JD, I am torn. But, you know, so I can get some TV time. TV, okay, so how about we do this? JD, you can agree that Nurse Taz gets to pick the programs. And Nurse Taz, you can agree to go take a nap. So we'll find a neutral point. If she gets to pick the programs, then you can get your TV time. And Pepe Le Pew comes to see Luna. Oh yes. I don't know. I don't think she would tolerate the you know, the lack of no means no acceptance. I mean, you know, it's like and okay. When I was young, when you look at the cartoons that my generation used to watch, they were, I mean, just inappropriate beyond. I mean, you know, we had massive gun violence. We had, you know, stalking behavior. We had, you know, all kinds of, you know, things that were just like, you know, we had racial stereotypes. We didn't know it was wrong. I mean, you look back at like the old Bugs Bunny, like in Bugs Bunny's earlier incarnation, because our Bugs Bunny didn't look like the Bugs Bunny now. It was a different Bugs Bunny. That point, you look at it and you go, oh my God, if you did a shot for every time that something that was like totally socially inappropriate happened, you would be blasted before like 5 minutes into the into the cartoon. You know, it really is, you know, oh, Tattle, because she's missing her tail. Tattle, tail. Oh my God, that is so hilarious. I have another one named Missy because she always getting into trouble. Rest in peace, comforter. Tomato juice. Do I need to send Snoop or Rambo to your house? Rambo is more cuddly and Snoop is the pain. Well, tomato juice, well, the only problem, and the other one problem with tomato juice is that it stains. So even if it got the smell out of my comforter, I'd have to toss it because of the stain. Now, what the formula that I was given that actually worked for Sam was, okay, it's the old Heart's dog flea shampoo, the green one in the green bottle. You take that, you take baking soda, you take salt, you take a little bit of apple cider vinegar, or you can use white vinegar, and you and it's going to be foamy and frothy and all of that stuff, but you mix that in together and you ease the vinegar in because it's going to react with the baking soda, and then you take it and you coat the dog in it and you let it stay on for like 30 minutes, and then you wash it off and you repeat it like 3 times, and after 3 times there was no skunk smell at all and it didn't stain. Be right back, gotta restart my phone. Okay. Oh, I thought you meant yourself. No. No more pets here. 2 cats and 1 more pet that I want. Hey, what's today's recipe? Oh, goodness. It is, well, today's tea and Zaraclet. Bonjour. Or I know I just butchered that. Oh, that even sounded bad to me. Bonjour. Oh, you know what? It's not getting any better, so hello. See, Zaraclet is going to help me learn French. So anyway, we've got Irish breakfast tea, decaffeinated, and we already had a spice thing We tried blue agave because somebody said that when I ate it with the donut, that the dough and the you know, that might have interfered with just the pure sugar experience. So I tried that, and I will state pretty much flat out, it did not help. And in fact, I think it actually kicked it up a little bit. But I have my coconut milk, and coconut milk, it was better the first time, actually. You did well. Bonjour à tous. It's 6 p.m. or bonsoir. Okay, so bonsoir. Ooh, that one felt better. So, yes, and actually, I do actually need to work on French because I spent some time in Africa, and so I'm going to be going back at some point, and I know that in Togo, they also speak French, so that would definitely help me. So I will definitely be working on that. And so it is, but thank you so much for being here. I'm so happy you're here, and I hope you're having a good day. I hope things are going well, or I hope you had a good day. And I hope your evening is going lovely and wonderful. And I am definitely going to France one day, so hit me up for the best places to visit and the best places to eat. So, see, so many things going on, so many people with so many cool things in their lives. And, you know, and Fridays are really about, you know, that, I mean, like I said, for those who work weekends, I used to work retail, so weekends meant nothing to me. My weekend was in the middle of the week. But, you know, for most people, Friday, you know, it does signify that, okay, at least I've gotten through this part, and now we just have the weekend to do. Let's see. Meet you there. Yes, Nurse Taz. We are going to do like a Twitch tour of Europe. Oh my God, that would be so cool. We get a bunch of folks together, and we just go and run amok in Europe, and we all stream from Europe. That would be so cool. Now, I know that TwitchCon, it's like every once in a while they're supposed to go to Amsterdam, but I think probably, you know, when they do the next one, you know, fingers crossed, that maybe it'll be next year. Yeah, because I would seriously doubt they're going to try to do a TwitchCon this year. So, you know, maybe in 2022, but it's probably going to be in San Diego, California, which is only about a 7-hour drive, 6 to 7 hours depending. So I will definitely be attending that TwitchCon, and I hope to see as many of you as I possibly can, but I will definitely be traveling around at some point. Yeah, kind of amazing. Clearly I'm not getting TV time with my wife. No, you will, JD. Yeah, kind of, thanks, and I hope you all had a wonderful day as well. And don't worry, I'm even discovering new places every Friday because I go home on a bicycle. Ooh, bicycles are so good for you. And last Friday I found the birthplace. Oh, General de Gaulle. I didn't know that, and I'm supposed to be a history nerd. Oh my goodness. Now that is so cool. I mean, you know, and there's so many places. So if you plan on coming to the most boring part of France, and I'm being honest, now I know a place or two in my city. Oh, I'm sure it's not boring. And I'd be willing to bet you have some amazing food there. Oh, you will get TV time with your wifey. Okay, Nurse Taz. Oh, Rival's back. First off, welcome. Rival has one cheek sneaks, and it's like, you know, I'm sorry, your name is like, it not only is it like a visual, I actually have a sensory experience of it, because one of my brothers was the king of one cheek sneaks, and then blame it on the dog, and it was like, oh my God, it was so bad. And I'm like flashing back on it because he used to sit next to me at the dinner table, and he would do that at the dinner table. Totally rude. Happy to have you here. Oh my God. Okay, one for each. We're doing 10, man. I'm glad I've got my can of one cheek sneak. I hope you're well. Okay, we had to count out 10. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, I guarantee I have one of absolutely everything. In northern France, it's 1, boring, and 2, we have good beer. Awesome. You had me at beer. But the food is, I mean, it's mostly French fries. We're close to the Belgians, from which we stole fries. She is NF, and she changed her name. Your auto shout-out didn't go off, but if you have auto shout-out... Oh my gosh, hold on. Let me check. Okay, let's see if it disconnected again. It disconnected again! That is highly irritating. I don't know why it will disconnect. It was connected earlier. What the heck? Because it's like, you know, I had the chatbot on. The chatbot was open. You know, and it's like, there we go. Okay. So, anyway. Alrighty. Rival has 1 cheek sneak. Who, first off, thank you so much for the 1,000 bits. That is like above and beyond. Thank you so much for that. You are so sweet. And, you know, and I say that knowing I'm about to put a fistful of the badness into my mouth. Willingly, not hurting myself. Charlotte! Okay. Hold on. Charlotte in the house. Oh my gosh, you guys need to go and, you know, just really give love to Charlotte. She is amazing, she's awesome, and she's tremendously adorable. So, you know, it went off when I came in. If your internet connection has a break in it, it will stop it from working and it has to be refreshed. Alrighty, so look at that. Rival has 1 cheek sneaks. Thank you so much for your support. Thank you for everything. Even thank you for this, because I guarantee after this I will have the endorphin rush. Alrighty. How is everyone? Yeah, ask me in about 3 minutes. Okay. I have no idea what is happening in my mouth right now. Okay, we're doing this. The endorphins have kicked in. This looks painful. Boy howdy, but not for very long. Oh, the colors. I think I'm seeing colors. Ooh, okay, okay. Oh. Hold on. Ooh, can I say something to wipe my nose? The dolphins have kicked in. Oh. Oh. Oh boy. Oh pain is good. It lets you know you're alive. Whew. Whew. Oh my God. Oh, I think I saw dead relatives. Okay. We meet again. Okay. Whew. Oh, the endorphins. Clean out the sinuses and 3 feet of intestines. See, I'm still trying to figure out how to blow my nose with this thing. Oh. Woo. Yes. Okay. Okay. That was a thing. Not long got in. I'd often so sat in the garden freezing my toes off, and it's raining. Oh. Whew. Oh, endorphins are coursing through my system. Anyway. Yeah. I quote, I think I just saw dead relatives. Yeah. Well, that was a thing. But oh, now we're now on the other side of the pain. It's like, yes. You know what? You know what? Hey, right now we got nowhere to go but up. We got this. Da-da-da! 3! Whew! We're riding, it's like, what is it? Ride the dragon. There we go. Oh, it's making me burpy. I could hear the pain from across the room. Yep. These things got nothing on me now. Oh, here we go again. Nope. We've got scorched earth going on in here. We're good. Yep. Oh, a little bit of a still a sting. Okay. But no colors, no dead relatives. We're good. As the stream turns into an ASMR stream of heavy breathing. Oh. And thank you for the... You know what? And if you're trying to empty me out, I've got another box. Okay. Rival. Okay, everybody. You can click, and Twitch makes it very easy. Click on Rival Has One Cheek Sneak. You can go straight to their page. You'll be able to follow, give some bits, give a sub, because this is somebody who is, just really, I have bits and a sub for days. My laptop is about to die. I'll be right back. Open up on my phone. Mwah. Watch you eat these. She's gonna empty your jelly beans out. No, because I've got another box that isn't even opened. Alrighty. See, at this point, it's like, I mean, it has a little bit, but, I feel it, but it's nowhere near what it was. After doing 10 at once, oh, there it is. Okay. Okay, so, a little bit. Yep, I need to learn. You're setting up. Much love, JD, and you will get your TV time. You will. Now, there is a distinct possibility, and I do not mean to be indelicate, but indelicate, But, yeah, there's a good chance I may be pooping nightmares in a little bit. How much money do you spend on bits in a year? Oh my god. Okay. Rival, I am going to take out a personal loan the day that you do a challenge. Seriously. But much love. Thank you. Oh my god, this is so generous of you. That is really very, very sweet. And the pain love keeps coming. You know, there's supposedly a fine line between love and pain, but okay. Again. Oop. There we go. Just know that I truly love you very much. I love you too. And you're the first person to ever make me see colors. And dead relatives. Go big. Try a toe of Satan. I have heard of that. Okay. I have heard of the toe of Satan. And there we go. Okay. Nose. See, we're supposed to be talking about focus. And I love you too, Rival. You are absolute, and you have been so sweet and so generous. I live with one nurse task called my husband. Yeah. Oh, Rival comes out with a burn. That is what we would have called back in the 70s a wicked burn. In fact, it would have been called, when we would say, it's like, man, I hope you have some ointment because that is one wicked burn. Everything was a burn, any type of thing, and that is a wicked burn, Rival. It's a good thing I have some aloe vera. Actually, I found that Noxzema, not sponsored, but Noxzema is amazing, especially for sunburns, because not only does it immediately cool it. Now, aloe vera is awesome if you keep it in the freezer. Okay, here's a hint. Keep your aloe vera in the freezer, and you could take, the aloe vera leaves, and you can split them and put them in a Ziploc bag and stick them in the freezer. And you take that out of the freezer, that split open aloe vera, because the gel will not freeze. And you put that on, oh my gosh, it's instant relief. Unfortunately, I can't eat it. Well, I mean, technically you can eat aloe vera. You can drink it, but only as a juice. So being able to, I guess today's focus is having some fun. And the thing is, and I really want to emphasize to everyone, I am not damaging myself. I mean, it hurts a little bit. And quite honestly, it's going to hurt a little bit later. Was that actual milk? No, actually it is coconut milk. Whoop. Condensed coconut milk, I have found, because usually I don't drink milk, I use heavy whipping cream because it's thicker, and there's something about that, the thickness of it that helps coat everything. So if you like coconut milk, it's awesome. If you're not a fan of coconut milk, I use heavy whipping cream because of the thickness of it. It just kind of, I don't know, it just kind of stays. And when you drink it, it just kind of coats all the way down. Oh, that's going to burn coming out. Oh, wow, that's thick. Oof. Yeah, as I said, I will probably be pooping nightmares in a little bit. But totally worth it. For the fun. And I'm not, honestly, I'm not damaging myself, because like, oh my God, she's damaging herself, it's like, no, I'm not. It's fun. Because if I was afraid of it, I wouldn't be doing this on my birthday. Which actually, I was in Aaron the Healer's stream last night as well. And when it's time, blare the song, burn, baby, burn. Oh my gosh, I'm going to have to get that as a clip. Yeah, because I think you can do like up to 20 seconds and it doesn't get like a copyright issue if it's like 20 seconds or less. So we will, I thank you. Oh my God, that's such a great suggestion. I'm going to have to do that one. Oh my God. Oh, nose running. Anyway. As I said, I'm still trying to figure out how to blow my nose with a nose ring in. So if anybody has a nose ring, please offer suggestions. We have like blue top milk, which is full fat when we got green top, which is semi-skim, then red top is skim, then orange is basically water. I have red top, so super thin. Take the ring out. I'm not taking the ring out. Because if I take it out, the hole will close immediately. And I'm not going through that again. Yeah, 9 million Scoville heat units for the toe of Satan. Yeah, I think that the little nitro is... Yep, this is also 9 million. Oh, yeah. That's going to be fun. When did you get it? Oh, well, I got it. I ordered it up on Amazon. Oh, the piercing. I did that on Monday, which is, we were talking about Make It Happen Monday. And when I first started my journey to get into better shape, I decided, okay, I have booked to have my septum pierced, but I chickened out. Okay, I know that this... it hurts about the same as getting your ears pierced, but I mean, the instant that you got it all the way through and got the nose ring in, it stopped hurting. I mean, yeah, except for when I, came out and, you get used to, like, if you feel something in your nose, you just, like, do like this, and I bumped into it and it's like, ow. But no, it's much better. Left nostril, and mine has been done for years. Okay. Blowing your nose, when you first got it, how did you manage that? Inquiring minds want to know. But the I decided that, one, I chose the weight loss based on, okay, when was I at my healthiest point, as a grown adult, and that was 75 pounds that I needed to lose to reach that point where I wasn't having acid reflux, where I wasn't having any issues with my blood pressure, where I wasn't having any issues with my energy. That was when I decided. So losing 75 pounds, I decided, well, at every 25 pounds, I was going to do something that I had always wanted to do, but that I never had the guts to do. So the first one was 25 pounds was to get my nose pierced. But when I hit that goal, it was during COVID and you weren't allowed to get any piercings that covered that was underneath a mask area. So I had to wait until after that when the piercing salons reopened again to be able to do nostrils. So that's why I did it on Monday. And the nose spray does wonders, will help with stuffiness. Oh, okay. And the reason I have it in my left nostril is because my nose got broken as a child, so it's always been crooked. And so actually with the nose ring, because this is the low side. And, and I was always kind of self-conscious about that. But with the nose ring, it almost sort of levels it off a little bit. Yeah, the nose sprays will do wonders, help with stuffiness. Oh, thank you. I definitely appreciate that. But yeah, I always, thought that it would be kind of cool to have like a little twinkly thing. And now I have it. So when I hit having lost 50 pounds, which I'm about 20 pounds shy of it. So, I, like maybe 18 pounds shy of it. So once I lose that, then I'm getting a tattoo. So which I've always wanted to do. Yeah, it looks amazing. Thank you. It's an opal because, opals go with everything. But thank you, Charlotte. Let's see. I have a ring in mine. Oh, okay, cool. Wow, well done. Yep, and energetically, opals, they clear energy. They inspire. They open up intuition. They open up the ability to see possibilities. And it kind of opens up, and for those of you who, are doing the woo-woo thing and, are interested in like gemstones and stones and things like that and the properties that they have. Also, probably one of the most important energetic qualities of opal is that it is protective, because if somebody is like projecting negative energy towards you, the opal will immediately reflect it back to the source. So if you have somebody who is thinking bad things about you and, and you're not comfortable with it, get yourself an opal. Okay, I'm gonna get like 20 opals then. Oh, what kind of tattoo? Well, it's going to be like on my forearm, on the right side, and there's going to be 3. One is going to be I went to Africa and experienced some amazing things there, and so there are these symbols called Adinkra symbols. And one of them, I'm going to get one that symbolizes endurance, one that symbolizes God, and one that is the image of my meteorite. And I need some opals. Yeah, green eyes! Oh my gosh, it's so good to see you. Well, to see your name. Folks, please, 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 give love to wonderful, beautiful, amazing Green Eyes, who is a streamer, last seen playing Knockout City. And, you guys want to talk about, one of the absolute sweethearts of Twitch. She is absolutely wonderful. And, she's friendly and, she really engages with her chat so well. And believe me, she is an absolute warrior princess when it comes to, first-person shooters. So, get the meteorite, please. Okay. What Papa Merritt's talking about is that I have a meteorite. And the way that I came into it, to having it, is an interesting story. Doc, thanks. I can't wait to see your tattoo when you get it. So, okay, here's the meteorite story. My niece, my older brother's, or my late older brother's oldest daughter, went to Ghana on a trip, on like a college trip. And she met an amazing, wonderful young man named Akeem. And they fell in love, and they ended up getting married, and they came out here. Now, Akeem worked very closely with medicine people, and, medicine men and medicine women. And so did his brother. Well, his brother still does. And so, in certain areas in Ghana, there tends to be, for some reason, meteorites tend to fall there, and they call them thunderstones. And so a very large one landed. And it came in. They said that they knew that it was special because usually they come in at an angle. This one came in straight down. And there was this huge tree in the center of the village. And that tree, the meteorite struck the tree and shattered it. And was just buried down, formed a hole down in the root system. Well, the local men wanted to go dig it up. And the medicine man told them no. That to have everybody stay away and to wait. Well, they waited several days. I think he said it was like either 4 or 5 days. And when they went back to look, the meteorite had unburied itself and it was just laying at the bottom of the hole. So they knew this was a very special meteorite. And when a thunderstone like that lands, they call in the medicine people. Now, they called in the medicine men. And, because because of the shape of it, it was deemed male. The males are the shape of like an axe head. And the females are more round. So because it seemed to be one that was designed for a medicine man, that they called the medicine men in and they did like a 3-day ceremony. And so at the end of the ceremony, because the ceremony was to ask spirit and ask the stone whose name it spoke, and that was the one who was destined to bear it, and that's who it came for. Well, my nephew Akeem, his brother called him up and said that, at the end of the ceremony, the medicine man walked up to him, and because he was just there to assist, and he said, contact your brother in America, because his auntie, who is the doctor, this stone speaks her name. It is for her. Well, thunderstones, 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 ho! So he called up Akeem and told him, and it took a little bit of time, but I got to Africa, and this is the meteorite. The black that you see on it was the charring from when it entered the atmosphere. And as soon as the first time I touched it, I felt, it's like, yeah, there is something there. There was a connection. I felt something. But when we went to Africa, we were told that we had to negotiate, because apparently one of the medicine men who was there did not think that the message was correct. He did not believe that, a woman from America, or, somebody who was outside of their teachings, that it could possibly have been meant for them. So he took it. And so when I arrived in Africa, they said, well, we must negotiate and speak to the son of the medicine man who took it. And I said, well, why don't we speak to him? And they said, oh, he's dead. And there's a lot of things that people die of in Africa. And the belief was that the stone punished him because he knew that it was not for him. He knew that he was not meant to bear it. So, but either way, that's my meteorite. That's the meteorite story. And it is, I use it in a lot of different ways. And yes, one of the things that I am is a medicine woman. And so then afterwards, I went to Africa, when I went to Africa, and, after I got the stone, I met with many different medicine people, and it was amazing, which is why I need to go back, but to meet a few more. But anyway, yes, Papa Merit, for you, that is the medicines, or that's the meteorite story. But anyway, it is just one of the little bizarre things about the little old boomer lady who lives in the woods on a mountain surrounded by trees next to a river. But, and yes, I have some very cool stories, but so do you. Everybody has cool stories. Everybody has, something that is amazing in their life. Everybody has something that they experienced and that is, really cool to share. So, I share certain stories. There are some stories that, they're kind of close to my heart and I consider sacred, so I don't share those. But, I do share a lot of the fun stories. And I encourage everybody to share their stories, because your story is inspirational. Your story is important. Your story could help somebody else through something that is very difficult or very challenging. I gotta go, Doc. It was great to see you. Love you always. We'll see you again soon. Rival, thank you. Thank you for everything. Thank you for, all the support, all the love. We'll definitely be catching up with you and everybody, just going. Pour love onto Rival, who is an amazing person. My brother, who is a firefighter, who's in the fire academy at his job. Wow, that's cool. You do have great stories. You know so much. Well, once you reach a certain age, yeah, most of what you have are stories. And, honestly, I've got more years behind me than I've got ahead of me. And at the same time, that's not a bad thing. It just means that I've got a bit more time to enjoy more stories. When I was little, I used to love to hear stories, and it is really cool, and it makes my heart feel good to know that I've had a chance to have a few stories I can share. His lieutenant or captain says structural fire, and they have less than 60 seconds to get into their gear when they say that. One of his co-workers was taking a deuce and came out holding his pants trying to get to his gear. See, that's determination. That is commitment. That is absolute commitment. And it is so cool to be able to hear about what people do and the challenges that they overcome. And and often it has to do with it's like in a movie where the hero starts off and then they go into this experience, and then there's that point when it's like, wow, am I more scared of this than I'm willing to move forward? And we all have those points. It could be something as simple as starting to stream. I mean, what's your story on why you started streaming? And I encourage streamers to share that. If you take a minute, between the pause button or whatever, but share why you started streaming. And, and I'd love to see some of those stories. What got you into it? What got you past that first sense of, I can't do this. I don't know if I want to put myself out there, because this is putting yourself out there. And, there are people who troll, there are people who, who just aggravate, and there are amazing supportive people. And it is kind of scary to, get out there and it's like, well, what if I can't think of anything to say? What if I say something wrong? What if people hate me? What if, whatever. There was something that got you past that. If you stream, there was that moment where it's like, should I really do this? But you got past it. And that is a story worth telling. That is, that's an important thing. What got you past the fear? What got you past the fear of, your internet failing, or, you have one of those streams where, it doesn't go well, or, when you started off and, you look up at the viewers and there's nobody viewing, and you're just kind of sitting and talking to the ether. What got you past that? And let's see, the whole class will get punished if everyone doesn't get in their gear in 60 seconds. Yep, if I'm not mistaken. You'll see it on my stream tomorrow, more likely. Yeah, and when you get suspended 2 times within the same month. Ah, well, yes, and we hope to see you streaming tomorrow, Papa. But, that idea that, you have amazing stories, and there's somebody who wants to hear them. There's probably a lot of people who want to hear them. Never think that your story isn't important because maybe it's not as big as somebody else's. Because your story matters. Because it's a part of you, and you matter. You experience things different from everybody else because you have your own life experiences. And when people share their life experiences, even if it's not like a 100% matchup, it can be close, and it can help somebody feel like they're not alone. And, Zaraclet shared something, and I actually, copied it. I feel I could write a book. Then write a book! Oh my gosh! Then write a book! That would be awesome! Writing a book is probably, one of the best ways that we can make sure that our story gets out there. And I think that I would read it. I would absolutely read it. I've written a book. Well, kind of. Yeah, I wrote a book, and it is, right now, it's bizarre. I have to actually remove it from Amazon because somebody went in and changed the pricing. So now it says my book costs like almost $1,000. And it's like, wait a minute, what? But you could download it for, the actual price. But I'm not very good at writing. I wouldn't be able to think of that many words. Oh, sweetie, you would be surprised. I've listened to you stream. And basically all streaming is telling a book out loud. And when you break it down, well, you want everyone to write a book. I do want everyone to write a book. Ding, 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 100%. Sheila Marcel is absolutely correct. I do want everybody to write a book because I know everybody has amazing stories inside of them. Now, as far as the mechanics of it, all you have to do is don't think of yourself as writing a book. Think of yourself as writing one sentence and then one paragraph. Because, you know, that's where it's like you start off with an outline. I mean, some people, one way to do it is you start off with an outline and you say, it's like, okay, these are 3 things that I want to talk about in my book. And then once you have those 3 things, you break those 3 things down into, okay, what do I want to say about this? What do I want to say about this? What do I want to say about this? That's one way, is to outline it so that you break it down into such tiny pieces that you're not having to focus on the whole thing. You just focus on one little tiny piece at a time. Another way is, $2.99 to download. And, yep. So, you know, the idea that, you know, or some people just do like stream of consciousness. All you do is sit and write. That's a good way to describe things. Yeah. You know, because writing a book, most people, it's like, oh my God, I could never write a book. Could you write a sentence? Could you write a paragraph? Could you write out a dream that you had recently? I mean, people who journal, if you do a journal like for 6 months, I mean, it would be better if you did it for like journaled for a year. But if you, even if it's just like 6 months, if you journaled every day, by the time you finish that 6 months, you'd have a book. So people who do journals, people who do diaries, whatever, you know, it's honestly, it's a book. You finish it. I've got my outline done, just got to start writing it. Yep. But I only remember mostly the bad, so I feel it would be a miserable book. Oh, sweetie, no, 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 no. I always wanted to blog. No, you would be awesome at that. First off, you're adorable. Second off, you know, when you speak from the heart, even when you're just chatting with chat. And the thing is that, yeah, if you remember mostly the bad things, then, you know, which, first off, I'm very sorry that any bad thing ever happened to you. I really am. And understand that those things were challenges that you overcame. You overcame 100% of all of those bad things because you're still here. Because, I mean, you may have gone down to your knees, but you didn't go down to the ground and you got up again. And the fact that those bad things did not turn you into someone you didn't want to be. You held on to who you were. The bad things didn't turn you into a bad person. You are still an amazing person who has overcome so much. And the thing is that when other people read about that, they go, wow. First thing they go is, wow, that's my story. She's talking about me. And then they go, and she overcame it, so maybe I can too. And it's that encouragement piece. It's, I mean, when people talk about the hard stuff that happens, and they show, you know what? If I can do this, you can do this. Don't give up, because that's what it says when you share those hard things. It tells people don't give up. And what it also does is it encourages them to tell their own story. And I think that the more time, and we've got Sheila Marcel redeeming another one. Okay, let me write that down. Here we go. Alrighty. Yes, this is going to be a very special giveaway. This is, in fact, I'm going to be doing something a little bit different than what I had originally planned. Oh, speaking of the giveaway, for those of you who are wondering what the giveaway means, all right, so every 3 months, I do a giveaway. And this time, it is going to be a set. And it is, get that straightened. See, it's always trying to figure out. Okay, so it's a keyboard for gaming. It's a keyboard, it's a mouse pad, it's a mouse, and it's a headset. And that is going to be sent out. We're going to put names on a wheel. We've got a big wheel, and we're putting names on it. and we are going to choose, we're going to spin the wheel, and whoever wins will have a keyboard and, or that set sent to them by me. And don't worry where you are. It's like, if you're in another country, it doesn't matter. I will get it to you. So don't think that you can't enter. And like I said, I'm going to be doing something different with this particular giveaway. So, hey, if you have 4,000 points, you can get your name in. If you do not have 4,000 points, don't worry. In another 3 months, I'm going to be giving away something else. So we're good. But anyway, and Charlotte is coming in. Alrighty, we've got you down. Charlotte M. Charlotte M. Okay, so may the odds be ever in your favor. Woo! So, but yeah, I mean, and whether you're telling your story, I mean, a blog would be amazing. A blog is very cool, and what you could do, I mean, just on off the top of an old boomer's head, is that as you do your blog, you can have the recording, and then you could take the recording and have it transcribed. Because you do a blog, you do like a weekly blog or something, by the end of a few months, you will have a book. And it's that interactive. I'm computer savvy, but never really figured it out. I'm not sure how to set one up. There are, it's really, there's this one group called Blog Talk Radio, and that's all they do. And, and I've been a part of them for like a decade. And, it's, what's going to be different about the giveaway? I want to know. Not yet. We have 5 more days. 5 more days for people to get their names on the wheel. But we are going to do something different. And everybody will find out on July 1st. And we will do something a little bit different from what I originally planned, but it's still going to be great, and there will still be enjoyment of the prize. I'm good at transcribing. See? Oh my gosh, look at that. Charlotte, you got somebody who might be able to do some transcription for you. And I mean, really, all a blog is talking, chapter by chapter, talking out a book. So technically, I mean, even what you do, the amount of talking that you do in your stream, when you talk about people, you talk about what's going on, that's a book. I've told Doc that I'll keep my mouth shut. Absolutely. Absolutely. So, yeah. May give you a message if I need some help. And there are programs that are, I think, Dragon. Anyway, there are some things that you will literally just talk, and it will transcribe everything you're saying. So, Akamori in the house. Hello, my friend. Oh, dude, you missed it. I ended up taking 10 spicy beans at once, and it was amazing. I saw funny colors. I saw dead relatives. It was rough, but I survived it. And then the endorphins kicked in, and I got a little bit hyper for a little while. But I'm calm now. So how are you, Akamori? How are you? Where is your focus today? What are you doing? Are you enjoying life? Hopefully you are. And, we're talking about possibilities, and that everybody has a book in them. Everybody has a story. And never, ever, ever think that your story is not important, or that your story is too boring, or that nobody would believe your story, or that, that it's like, well, it's sad. Life can be sad sometimes. And it's not so much about the sad times. It's not so much about the hard times. It's about what you can do to get past them. And whatever you did to get past the hard times, somebody else can learn from. Somebody else can be inspired by you to be able to go, you know what, I can do this. And that's why I always try to encourage people to, to keep that thought, make that your mantra. I can do this. I've got this. You just have to figure out how. But don't tell yourself that you can't do something. I mean, if you've never done something before, you might be brilliant at it. Maybe it's the most amazing thing that you could possibly do. And being able to keep in mind, if you've never done something before, you could be brilliant at it, and you just don't know it yet. And once you start, often, especially with writing, once you start, it kind of takes on a life of its own. And it flows more. And you might even reach the point where, you're doing something and you need to stop working on the book to go do something else, and you actually don't want to because you're at that really juicy point where it's like, oh, and the words are flowing and everything's flowing. Or you sit there and stare at the computer for like 20 minutes and you can't think of a thing. Well, then get up and go do something else. Remember what inspired you. Remember one of those moments. Sit and write about something else. And, there's lots and lots of ways to kind of get those creative juices, flowing on full tap. And be patient with it. Because it is, it's a labor of love. It's not something you have to do. It's something you get to do. It's something you get to give the world. And that's always very cool. Doing pretty good. Almost felt risk taking enough to eat cherries. Oh, wait. Cherries on the couch. I didn't. I'm not crazy. Why is eating cherries on the couch bad? I must have. Lager! Oh my gosh! Lager! The only lag that I can honestly say I love. Yes! Good morning to you. Oh boy. Lager, when this posts, go back in the video. I had a moment. Somebody did 1,000 bits, which is 10 beans. I ate the 10. It was a surreal experience. I had no idea at that point what was happening in my mouth, and it was rough. I do have Tumblr, which is kind of blogging, but I only ever repost pictures. Then you can blog that. 10 beans, holy cow. How many spicy ones? All of them. All of the spicy ones. Oh man. Yeah, hopefully somebody clipped part of that, or I'm going to create a highlight of that moment. Actually, I've been thinking about creating a highlight of a highlight video of all of the clips of, like me gaming and weird things happening and all that other stuff. Yeah, use the pictures to tell a story. Ooh, I'll go back and get it after a while. Yep, it is. I am okay now. As the saying goes, spice burns twice. So we'll see how I'm doing in a little bit. Yeah, that is a great idea, Sheila. Let the pictures be the story. Let them guide the story. And in some cases, people will just use images, it's just a picture book, and yet it tells a story, and that has the person who's reading it kind of imagining it in their head. But you can do like dialogue with each picture, just write a caption for each picture, and by the time you're done, bam, you've got a book. So, that idea that, but if people have a story inside of them, they need to share it. They need to let that out, because part of the reason that things happen, whether it's a hard thing or a joyous thing, part of the reason is so that we grow and we learn. And by sharing it, it helps other people grow and learn, because they're experiencing it through your eyes. And maybe they never looked at solving a problem in the way that you looked at it. Maybe they never looked at overcoming something the way you looked at it. So, if in fact, I won't say if there's a story in you. There is a story in you. So please share it. Even if it's just as simple as why you started streaming, or why you do a particular thing that you do. If you do music, what got you into the music? If you do art, what was your first time doing art when you realized that you loved it? And when we share stuff like that, it makes a huge difference. It makes a world of difference when we're able to share something that transformed us. As my saying goes, life is fun until it isn't, and it sucks until it doesn't. And those times within that, each and every one is a story that's important to tell. Because if you learned from it, somebody else can too. Sheila does art as a hobby. Yep. And there was something in particular though about that. There was some moment when you realized, oh, I want to do this a lot. When we pick up something as a hobby, or when it becomes a passion, and it could be like a particular video game could be your passion. Cooking could be your passion. Eating could be your passion. Whatever. And, but I love to write, draw, and paint. Yeah. I love music. Heard my girlfriend sing last night. Yes, I did. So, consider, maybe that can be your focus. Focus on what your story is. Focus on all you've overcome. Focus on the fact that, you have overcome 100% of everything that you've encountered. And then focus on why. What is it inside of you that stays strong when everything in you feels weak? What still drives you to take one more step when you don't think you can? Because that's something very special that's inside of you. That is that thing that doesn't give up. That is, that core of your own spirit, that amazing being that is inside of you. That is you. So tell your story. Focus on how important it is, because people need to know your story. They need to know how to overcome things. They need to know how you celebrate so they can celebrate with you. And it doesn't matter who agrees with your story or not. It doesn't matter at all, because it's yours. And I guarantee you that there will be at least one person who will be inspired by your story. At least one, if not 1,000. We don't know until we share it. I would write a story about my life, but then I would have to reveal super sad stuff that happened to me that nobody knows. Lol, the book would have to be off limits to my family. Yeah, that is a tricky part of that. And yeah, it is, there are super sad pieces. And you could also write it as a fiction. You could present it, it doesn't have to be a nonfiction just because it's based on your life. You can write it as a fictional piece. And actually, if you write it as a fiction, most people do not recognize themselves. If somebody was being really jerky, if somebody was being, if you tell the story from a third person perspective, I would bet that the people who you would be actually talking about in it would look at it and go, wow, that person's a jerk. Wow, that really is a jerk. But they wouldn't recognize themselves because often people don't realize how mean that they can be. They think, in their minds, they think they're being helpful. But, and super sad stuff is the stuff that makes you strong. It takes a lot of pressure to make a diamond. And the finest steel is forged in the hottest fire. You grew not in spite of those things, but because of them. You are the survivor that you are, the strong person that you are, because of these things that reminded you every single day how strong you are. And I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you for all you've overcome. The fact that you are still here. And yeah, see, Charlotte feels that. Like I said, Twitch Angel. Mwah. You know, Kapow plays. Where's Kapow? Where's Kapow? There's Kapow! Oh my gosh! Hi, Kapow! I'm so glad you're here! Oh my goodness! We are going into overtime, folks, because Kapow Plays is in the house. Go and give a follow. I met Kapow last night, who is an awesome, just a truly sweet person. And you know, definitely go give some love. I mean, Twitch makes it so easy. All you have to do is click on the name, and you know, it is really, it's so good to have you here. Welcome. Well, my parents know about some things that happen, and they know that I'm hurting over it, but they won't let me vent to others about it because what happened to me is nothing to brag about. You know what? Surviving it is. You have every right to be very proud of yourself and to share what you've overcome, because that is something to brag about. And, you know, it is, yeah, and first off, I am so sorry that bad things happened to you. And, you know, it just breaks my heart because you are such a sweet person. And, you know, and folks, you want to see somebody who plays how great thou art on a piano and does such a lovely job of it, you know, you go check out Akamori. And also, my dear, as a part of, you know, your passion as a future filmmaker, well, I mean, technically you're a filmmaker now, but that idea that you have a special gift to bring those, you know, all of those things and the sadness and all of that stuff, because what you do is you create an opportunity for people to realize how strong they are, how much they can overcome. When you share how much you've overcome, it inspires others to do the same. And, you know, and like for writing a book, it is, you know, it's that idea of, it's not just about giving people something to feel sad about, it's about giving them something to feel inspired by. Because so many people go through probably similar, maybe not exactly the same, but similar hard things, and overcome it and find their way through and are able to say, you know what, you know, I am bruised, I'm going to carry some scars, but I made it. I am a warrior. I am a survivor. That experience did not take away from me who I want to be, who I truly am. I did not lose who I was to this experience. You know, they had the power to make me, you know, feel bad, but they didn't have the power to take away who I am. So those are the kind of stories that this world needs more than anything else right now. People need to hear about those who struggle and who overcome. And it may not even be like at the end of the story, because technically the story never ends. But that idea that there is always that stepping up to the challenge, and that they can do it, and that you did it, and that maybe how you did it can help them do it, or at the very least it can help them figure out how to do it. So, you know, if I wrote about this stuff even as fiction, I think they might be mad at me. Well, then you can write it out and save it until you can kind of create some distance. And, you know, it is, the thing is that if they get mad, it's only because they're not liking the reflection. It's like, if you don't like the reflection, you can't blame the mirror. And when some people are not okay with holding up a mirror and having a mirror, they don't like looking in the mirror, or they like holding up a mirror for other people, but they stay on the side that doesn't reflect. Nope, it's got to be mirror on both sides. And by exploring some of these things, it allows us to explore ourselves deeper and explore our relationship. And often when you write about something traumatic, that's a part of healing it, because it gets out of here onto here. It is no longer inside of you, it's outside of you, where you can see it and you can put it into perspective. So actually, that is a great way to create healing. Even if you never publish it, often writing about things is a way to find that healing and find that perspective. Let's see. I would, though. I'm sorry about what happened last night. What? What are you apologizing for? There's there's nothing to apologize for, sweetie. It was my pleasure to be there for you. For me personally, what really inspired me and helped me through my personal struggle was the boxer Tyson Fury's story. Ooh, he suffered from clinical depression for more than, 15 years, and he overcame it, lost 125 pounds in 2 years, and conquered his sport. See, those are the stories, Lager. That is ding, 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 100%. Those are the stories that people need to hear. Because I'm sure that he figured that, he probably thought, it's like, man, I'm exposing myself. How can I tell everybody that I had clinical depression? And speaking of those struggles, and having the courage to do that inspired you. And he has no idea how much he inspired you, which means that whatever you put into the world, you have no idea how many people you're inspiring. So, I think that's amazing. I'm going to have to look up Tyson Fury. I'm going to do that. You crying. Oh, sweetheart. Don't even. That is, first off, like I said, it was an honor for me to be able to be there for you in that way, to kind of, give you a safe space for that. And, grief is grief, and you've had a lot of grief. And there's a medicine man once told me that tears were the most sincere form of prayer. And that when we're crying, that's when we really are authentic. That's when we're really surrendering to the fact that we're sad and that we're asking for help, that crying is a way of asking for help from the universe. And however you hold it, however you hold prayer, however you hold creator or whatever. But it's that moment when we are our most open. So being able to hold that space for you, it was my pleasure, sweetie. It was absolutely my pleasure. And I'm very proud of you for being so brave as to share, a lot of that heavy stuff with me. And, blessings. I tried to write a sad story in 7th grade. The stuff in the story wasn't what happened to me, but a teacher read it. I got in trouble with the guidance counselor for writing about a suicidal character. Okay, so first off, they were totally wrong. Completely, totally wrong. And second, right now, there are so many people who have a hard time with that. And it is, it's just really... Basically, it is seeking a permanent solution to a temporary problem. The first step in being able to have somebody work through that is to let them know it's okay. Every person I know has at one point in their life at least had a flash moment where they thought about it. And I think that the more people talk about it, the less shame is wrapped around it, because a lot of people get a lot of shame for that, and they get a lot of hassles for that when they admit that, yeah, it got that hard. And they're told, it's like, well, you need to be more grateful, and you need to be this, and you need to be that. No. All they need to be is honest, and they're being honest. And for somebody to share something like that, that is something that is sacred. And when we hold on to it, when we're able to, say, to get it outside of here and out here, where somebody is really willing to listen to them. Because honestly, for most people who say that, it's not that they don't want to live, they just don't want to live like they're living. So that means that there is, even like tiny little crack open in the door for a possibility of something different. It's the hopelessness that things will never change. And, being able to say, it's like, okay, if my life were different, would I want to stay? In most cases, yes. It's like, okay, well then what about life needs to be different? And then it can become a journey. Then it becomes a work. Then it becomes that novel with the hero's arc. It's just been hard keeping in to myself. The one people who knows about this stuff and those involved, my parents and one streamer. I've been struggling for 6 years. Oh, sweetheart, I am so sorry. And, if I can ever be a support and be a listener for you, I'm happy to. And from what you're saying, you have a tremendously important story inside of you, and a story that could help a whole lot of people. So it's up to you. You get to decide what you do with that story, whether you share it, whether you don't, whether you, take it to, publishing, or whether you just, make it something that's just for you, so that you chronicle your journey, because it is an important journey. And, for everybody who's going through those hard things, who are carrying those secrets, being able to at least put it to paper, or, put it to computer, but, just getting a diary and writing out what you feel. That is a part of the healing path. And being able to share that with somebody who has the capacity to just listen and to just hold that space for you. But anytime, Akamori, anytime you need that space, we're here for you. All these folks are in the chat. All of these folks are here and care about you, and you're such a sweetheart, and you've got us. Absolutely. And whatever it is that you need in support, just reach out. How did you get your book published? It was through a self-publishing place, and those are usually a lot easier because, they're easier and there is more expense involved, but you get to keep what you keep. So there's several different ways. We can go over it definitely. And but you know what? I find some of the sad stories are the most inspirational, because at the end of it, the person is still here. The person has decided and made a choice that what they're facing is not stronger than them. And so, I think that I would be very honored to hear about your story. And it's up to you as to who you say it to and how you say it. But know that there are folks who will hold that just as sacred and just as special and just as precious as you do. And you would definitely inspire people. You've got a whole lot of life ahead of you. And I think that you are definitely going to be someone who inspires. You're going to be someone who is able to tell the story for the people who can't. And that's another great thing about telling the sad stories, is that every person who shares that story is speaking for all of those who can't, who haven't learned to be that brave yet. And it inspires them to be brave, to share their own stories. If I did share it, should I here or on Discord? Why don't we do it on Discord? And, that way we can, you can have whatever privacy you want. And, you could even set up your own server. And, that could be for that. And then you just invite the people in who you feel safe inviting into it. Because that would probably be a better solution, is that create your own server, because it takes like 2 seconds. And you can share your story there. And then you have full control over who sees it, which is cool. And I would definitely be there for that. And, I think that you have that capacity to inspire. And for anybody who's going through difficult things, Horny Guy 5! Oh my gosh, welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you so much. Thank you for the follow. And we have gone so far over our regular time. But this is an important discussion. But we have two, in case anybody who's coming in or anybody who's in the thing, is that this is Bean Boozled Beans, Spicy Bean Boozled Bean month. So for every 100 bits, I eat 1. For every follow, I eat 2. And for every sub, I eat 3. And so 2, I did a fistful of 10 this morning, and it was like, whoo. The endorphin rush from it, because I get like an endorphin rush, it sort of narrowed down. Narrow-minded gaming, oh my gosh! Everybody, welcome Narrow-minded gaming, the The one who puts legend in Apex Legend. And oh, Narrow, as soon as I get off the call, I'm going to be calling you if you're available, because you are not going to believe the conversation I had. And you just, okay, it's so cringe. It is ridiculous, but we're getting stuff done. But yeah. Yeah, Narrow. I might actually start to write mine today. Yes. And okay, so we've got 2. Thank you so much for the Horny Guy 5. This is for you. Welcome to the family. Welcome to the fun. All right, here we go. Okay, Carolina Reaper was involved in this. Not so bad. I think it is sriracha. Yeah, that's sriracha. Sriracha's not bad. I have sriracha a lot. I'm working on my GTA RP server, but after. Okay. Shoot me a text when you're done. It is so cringe, it's almost funny. But, okay, a little bit. Yes. Coconut milk, condensed coconut milk. Cuts heat. No, Doc, call me after you're done. I will. And then it sticks in your teeth and stays burning. Okay. But, thank you. Okay. But it wasn't as bad as the 10. But it's a little bad. But I'm not hurting myself. Well, maybe a little bit. And I'll probably be hurting later. A little. A lot. But it's all in good fun. It's all in the enjoyment. Okay. So, oh my gosh, we've been at it for almost 2 hours. Oh my goodness. Anyway, we're gonna call it a day. Let's see who is on. See, once you get a certain amount of spice, you know, if you get it all at once, then the endorphins kick in and it's kind of a rush. But this is just like below that. So this is below that. So then it's just kind of unpleasant a little bit. Alrighty. Let us look at, oh my god, Gaming with Kentucky and JD. We have got to go and you know, bumped my nose. We're gonna go, and I know we raided him yesterday, and usually I do not repeat raids, but he has been going through such a time with his thing. Well, actually, you know what? Oh man, when you cough, you know, it's like, thank you for streaming. Oh, Kapow Plays, thank you so much. And again, folks, click that name because you know, they're just such a sweetheart. Let's see. Let's see if we can find someone who is Looks Supreme. Let's see, is Looks Supreme apart? Because I like to do to give first priority to the folks in the Nameless family. And if you don't know about the Nameless family is an amazing community that it is. Oh, oh, Infamous JO is live, and I have not rated Infamous JO in a long time. You know what? Cool. We are going to raid Infamous JO because he is just an absolute sweetheart, And I haven't rated him in a long time. So let me make sure I get it correct. All right, so we're gonna go raid Joe, and thank you for that suggestion. Let's see. Oh, thanks for being wonderful. Right back at you, sweetie. You're wonderful too. Have a great day. I will. Dolphin40. Have a great day. Akamore, you guys will get the, everybody connect up, support one another. Tell your story, because your story matters, and your story will inspire. Your story will help somebody else. And by the way, by telling your story, by putting it down, on paper where you can actually see it outside of yourself, you can actually see how strong you are. You can see how much you have overcome. And you know what? You will write your own happy ending to that. Because, even though nothing ever ends, your story matters. Your story is one that we need to hear. And I hope that everybody remembers that. Remember, to wipe your nose. Remember that your story is something that the world needs. Remember how strong you are to overcome it. Remember that you've overcome 100% of everything that you've ever faced. It may not have always been pretty. It may not have always been the solution you wanted, but you survived it, which means that you are so strong. And I'm so very proud of you for all the things you face. And most of all, please, please, please remember that you are the only you in all of the universe. You're the only you that's ever been, and the only you that will ever be. And what that does is it makes you special, it makes you sacred, and most of all, it makes you necessary. Because without you, the only you, the universe wouldn't be the same or complete without you. So, tomorrow, 9 a.m., Survival Saturday, I will decide whether or not I want to go back in the world of the Untitled Goose, because it almost gave me a heart condition or something. I was just, I came close to cursing. I didn't curse. I came close to cursing. But we will maybe go back into that. And in the meantime, we are going to go and hang out with Infamous Joe, and we are going to have a good time. And for those of you who can come along, awesome, great. So if you come in on a raid, if you go down to the lower left-hand corner where it has their logo and it says live in red underneath it, click the live. Because the way Twitch works is if you just come in on a raid, it doesn't really count towards their views or their analytics. But if you click that, and then it'll come up to return to the stream. If you click that, so you click live, click return to the stream, and so that way the numbers go towards that person. So always keep that in mind, because we definitely want to support. So if you can come along, great. If not, if you're getting on with your morning, afternoon, evening, or night, please have a blessed one. And as always, I wish you balance, and I wish you blessings from my heart to yours. So have a good day. Learn something new. I'm proud of you, and I love you. Alrighty. Let's do it. Have a good one, everyone. You have a good one, too. You have an amazing day, JJ. Mwah! And I hope you enjoyed your sub. So, see you tomorrow. Bye.